You want a free trail camera? Of course you do. Like, comment, subscribe. You know the drill, guys. We're giving away a reveal. And if you want a reveal, you gotta like, you gotta comment, you gotta subscribe. We give away a lot of stuff. If you want to win a lot of stuff, like, comment, subscribe. Now let's get to it. I don't scout Beanfields that much anymore. I'm gonna be honest with you, we still look in the Beanfields, but there's other places that most guys will tend to drive by and not look. And in fact, some of my target bucks have been hanging out in these areas the past couple of years, especially around my house. One of the biggest deer that I've ever seen in my neighborhood was in this field, not that field. So, beans, kind of a thing of the past. And why do I say that? Not a thing of the past, still a place we should look, but there's other areas we should be looking as well. So guys, last night we drove from Iowa to Missouri, all right? The honey hole, the best place in the country to hunt. That's like the area, the core area of this entire country that everybody kind of talks about. So we drove from southern Iowa to Missouri last night. And we looked at a lot of Beanfields. And guess what we didn't see? A lot of bucks, guys. So cameraman Nick took his time, and I hurried up and got down to my other property, but he took his time and got footage as he went. And he got to the cabin last night and he said, dude, there were not a ton of deer in the beans. And to me, this is kind of like, I guess, surprising, but also common sense to a certain extent. He said all of the damn deer were in alfalfa fields. And it's one of those things we talk about beanfield scouting, and we get velvet footage in the beanfield, beanfield. But at the end of the day, guys, you got to remember, these alfalfa fields, especially on a year in which we had a really good rain in the summer, are lush and protein packed with the best of them, with the best food plots, with the best fields, guys. And the nice thing about these fields is when they nip them and they come back, they nip them, they come back, we're getting young growth that is super high protein. It's ultimately like a buffet of high protein feed. And the nice thing is that food source, guys, is very huntable all the way into October sometimes, where your soybeans are super cool to go and drive through the summer, but how relatable to that hunting season is it? Because if those beans start to turn yellow and brown, they lose palatability and attractiveness. At some point, the deer move on, they go somewhere else, and chances are, if they can, they're gonna go to alfalfa. So if you can find the alfalfa field, the hay field, the clover fields, things of that sort, in your neighborhood where the deer are spending time, there is a better chance you're actually gonna kill those deer if those deer are spending time on those fields. I can think of a hunt that we went on, and this one's back in the archives, and we filmed it back in Nebraska. And we used to pick random days. I used to pick random days just to go on hunts. You know, somebody might say, let's go on the opener. Let's go November 1st. Let's go October 31st. I'd pick these random days just to see if we could do it. We went on like October 24th or 27th, kind of just a real weird time in which I knew a lot of the public land would not be super pressured, because who wants to go on a trip on September 27th? We had the chance to hunt in a field where they all intersected: corn, beans, alfalfa. And the deer did filter through the recently chopped corn, but when they did, they went right past those beans and they went into that alfalfa every night. And there was a buck that we chased probably 5 nights in a row, and we could never get him killed because we were trying to hunt him on the ground with no trees. But at the end of the day, guys, they were going to the alfalfa fields. So keep that in mind, guys, that yeah, these bean fields are great. Unless it's your personal bean field and you planted it later, you planted a maturity rate bean that stays greener longer, there's a good chance that actually those deer might not be still hitting those fields come deer season. Whereas if you had alfalfa on your property, or you were hunting around alfalfa, there's a better chance that those deer stay until September 5th in your area, 7th in your area, 15th in your state, October 1st. So at the end of the day, guys, is alfalfa king over beans? It might be when it comes to killing big bucks.